Hi everybody, it's Coach Henry here. So sharing with you guys some contact point considerations. In this video series, a little bit different. It's not that we're going to tell you guys who's right or who's wrong. There's many coaches in the world with their own methodologies, and we all respect that. So in the contact point context of contact point, we're just going to share with you guys some aspects that you guys have to be wary of and consider, take note of, so that you can understand more about the contact point and what goes on during the contact point so that you can play better. Right? Different coaches have different methods to help you guys. So I'm sure you guys will take this video and talk about it with your coach. And it's all good because different coaches have different methods. But we just want to let you know that during the contact point, one of the most important times during your stroke, of course there is before, there is contact point, and there is after. But during the contact point where you strike the ball is a very important part of the stroke. No matter if it's volleys or ground strokes or serve, the moment of contact is very important. Okay, so in this video series, we're going to share some aspects for everyone to just contemplate about. Okay, and in this video, we're going to talk about the height of contact. There is low, medium, and high. You cannot treat them all the same because they're each slightly different. Say on the forehand, low ball, right? Of course, it's lower than my hips. Between my shoulder and hip level, we call that medium, and sometimes we call that the ideal contact point because the racket is horizontal, perfectly horizontal, and I don't have to lean and do all this bending and stuff. High ball is above the shoulder, and this is actually a very good spot to hit, but sometimes some friends hit it too far back. Sometimes. Some friends hit it too far forward, so they have to bring it back. But we're just going to tell you guys, just take note that these 3 different levels of contact, you've got to know it very well. Don't treat them all the same. Don't treat them all the same. On the backhand, one-hand backhand, straight arm, ideal contact point, high ball, low ball, you got to bend the knees. We suggest you guys step in and don't go open stance on the low ball, right? But of course, sometimes a little bit, the ball is a little deep, then you might have to do it as an emergency. So we're just going to tell you guys to take note of how you treat these 3 different levels of height of contact. It's very important. And also on the two-handed backhand as well. So in this video, it's a little bit different, this video series. We're just going to bring in some points, some aspects for everyone to think about during the contact point. And this video will talk about the height of contact. It's very important that you understand that the height of contact is all a little bit different on the low ball, medium, and high ball. And in this video series, I'm going to bring about some different points for you guys to consider and think about, and so that you guys can work on it on yourself, on your own, with a friend, or with your coach. Okay? And in our lessons, we help our students understand more about their strokes, and especially the contact point, through feeding and rallying methods. And we look forward to sharing more of you guys soon, and we look forward to seeing you guys all in our private lessons. Hi guys, Coach Henry here to share the next aspect of our contact point considerations video series. Is talking about grips. It's something that you can avoid. You cannot avoid it. Different people have different grips, they prefer different grips. And if you have a different grip during contact point on a particular stroke, we'll have variations on height and degree of in front. So for example, on the forehand, say if you're holding a continental grip, which depends, what you want, right? If you're using a continental grip, then you cannot be so far in front because you see the angle of my wrist. You might be a little bit behind you, closer to your body. If you're holding an Eastern, a little bit more in front and a little bit higher, semi-Western, higher, and Western definitely will be more comfortable if the ball is higher, right? So, and more in front too. So something to consider when you guys go ahead and hit the ball. In addition to the video before, we're talking about the height, high, medium, and low. When you have a different grip, then the degree of forward and upward, okay, height will have some variations. That was the forehand. And on the backhand, it's the same too. Some friends will have a continental grip on the bottom hand, and sometimes some will have an Eastern. Some will have a Eastern backhand grip, Eastern forehand grip on the top, and a semi-Western grip maybe as a variation. Just know that when you have different grips, your degree of upwards and forwards on the backhand as a double-handed backhand will change as well. Just have some variations in addition to the high, low, medium ball. One-handed backhand. If you're holding a continental grip, it's not easy to have a wrist like this. You'll be very strong forearm to do that. So that's why most of the friends will have a closer contact point to the body if they have a continental grip. So most of the friends now, they use Eastern backhand grip to have a more contact point in front and more supportive of the arm and the wrist on contact. So the contact point more in front, and it's easier to treat the high ball as well. So grips have a huge impact on your contact point, and be sure to think about it. We're not here to say who's right and who's wrong, or which grip is right or which grip is wrong, and nor we're trying to say which coach is coaching right or which method is the best. It's just something that you guys have to contemplate yourselves when you guys practice, when you consider the contact point. Be sure to discuss it with your friends and with your coach as well. And in our lessons, we use a lot of feeding methods and rallying methods to help our students understand more about the contact point, and along with their grips and the height of contact as well. So we look forward to hearing your comments in the comment section, and we look forward to helping you guys in our upcoming video series. Hi everybody, it's Coach Henry here, sharing another video with you guys on the contact point considerations, telling everybody that, okay, there's no right wrong, it depends on the situation of the player, and some aspects that you guys have to consider when you're talking about the contact point. And today we're going to talk about an aspect called the elbow bending, which is more frequently occurring on the forehand as a misconception. Some friends say, oh, I need to bend, and some friends need to say, oh, I need to be straight all the way, locked out. And we suggest you guys be more relaxed and just relax, stretch it first, and let the relaxed contraction come back to hit the ball so that you can play more effortlessly. There's no right or wrong. It's more like, can you control it? And can you use this method repetitively to control the ball to the side, and you can do it under pressure as a forehand. Now on the backhand side, when you guys hit a one-handed backhand, there's pretty much the only way is straight arm. There's no friends that are gonna go bend the arm like that because you're gonna have elbow problems. If you guys go ahead and do a two-handed backhand, some friends go ahead and have a straight arm, and some actually bend a little bit on the backhand. So on the two-handed backhand, there's some kind of variations on the forward and the height on contact. But on the forehand side, there's a lot of misconception about which one is right or wrong, the bending, the locked out, and the relaxed. But we want to tell you guys that it's no right or wrong method, is that can you guys control it. The variation is more forward and upwards, so there's a big range on the forehand side. The most important part is, I think, is don't get injured while you're doing it. Some friends feel like, okay, the elbow in is going to give me more support as I go ahead and hit the ball, and that's all good. Some friends feel they're too jammed. So it depends on the person. Some friends feel, oh, if I'm out here, I look like Roger Federer, and that's right. No, that's not a good reason to back up your claim. But be out here because I got more leverage. Some friends feel that, oh, I'm out here because I get more width on the swing, and that's all good because you get more leverage. But can you control it? Okay, it's very important. So for us, we really recommend you guys to be relaxed. That's why our STM racket has more racket head heavy. Naturally, just weighs your hand down as a training tool, and then you come back and you can play more effortlessly because the arm just dangles, right? But then again, we train it, and no matter what method you use, it's very important that you can repeat it as a controllable shot with consistency and control, and especially during pressure, and injury-free. So in this video, we're just trying to bring to everyone's attention that if you have a different elbow bend, degree of elbow bend, then it affects your contact point, high and low, forward and back. Right? It's very important that you can think about it, contemplate it with your friend, yourself, and with your coach. We're not here to talk about who's right or wrong, just something that you guys need to think about and bring it to your attention. In our lessons, we help our students understand more about the contact point, laterally, forward, high and low, through feeding methods and rallying methods. And we welcome everyone to share your comments in the comment section and let us know how you feel about this one and what we said about the contact point in relation to the elbow bend. And we look forward to helping you guys in the upcoming videos and in our private lessons. Hi everybody, it's Coach Henry here, sharing the last video of the contact point considerations for you, and this is the fourth video. And does that mean there's only 4 points? Of course not. There is many points to consider, and depends on which coach and which methodology that you guys are exposed to. It will definitely help you to talk to your coach and or practice with your friends and discuss about it. There's many points, and I'm just going to include 4 because these are basic ones, and I'm going to go home and have dinner. So just sharing with you guys, the stance is very important. Now we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to use forehand first as an example, because forehand sometimes is where the most misconceptions occur. So step in, neutral stance, open stance, semi-open stance, sorry, and then an open stance, right? So different stance will have a different degree of contact point in front and height as well, right? So that's something you're going to consider and get used to so that you can control your shot better. Does that mean it's as simple as that? No. Also, you could consider the grip as well in the equation of high, medium, and low ball. So we suggest everyone to find a coach to help you guys in this aspect. So on the forehand, again, let's repeat it. Neutral stance, semi-open, open stance. The degree of forward will be a little bit different, okay, on the contact point. Now, with the grip, it's also different as well. If I'm holding an Eastern, a little bit further back and a little bit lower, and then a semi-Western or Western. So on the backhand as well, it happens. Neutral stance, semi-open, and then open, right? The contact point will be slightly different degrees in front and up and down, right? 2-handed backhand, step in, semi-open, and open. The contact point will vary as well, slightly different in front, back, high, low. And of course, in addition to the grips that I'm holding. So this is one important part and you cannot avoid, and you must consider it, and it will help you guys improve in your game when you consider the contact point of your shots, especially the groundies. On the volleys, there's less changes because it's more like the norm to hold the continental grip and keeping it simple, and the steps are pretty much the same. Outside foot, inside foot, the stance is pretty much very similar to all players at the high level or intermediate or beginner, right? The basics are the same. So there's less variation. But for the ground strokes, it's more variations, and definitely on the contact point, you must take into account all the other aspects so that you can get familiar with it, so that you can perform it during your rally situation and in your matches during pressure. In our lessons, we help our students understand more about the contact point and their stances in feeding and rallying methods. And we look forward to helping you guys more in the upcoming video series in our channel. But we'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section and let us know if this video helps you. And look forward to hearing you guys soon.